I would like to begin this Let's Play with a quote from Computer Gaming World. Until someone boxes up syphilis and tries to sell it at retail, Postal 2 is the worst product ever foisted upon consumers. I actually really like this game. Hello and welcome to Let's Play Postal 2. And this is the wrong main menu screen. It's nice and all, but let's fix that. Now this is a bit more like it. Yeah, this is your introduction to the Postal 2 A Week in Paradise mod. It perfectly encapsulates Postal 2, its AI, and its central theme, which is, well, people getting murdered en masse. Postal Dude is on the main menu. He's actually pretty invincible. I've rarely seen him die. That may be by virtue of having more health, that may be because he just seems to be a bit more cautious than everyone else. That running with scissors employee is, he's holding his own pretty well by not walking into the... Spoke too soon. So, let's begin a new game. Now, there's going to be two separate, playthroughs in this. Now, our main playthrough is going to be on Insano mode. I'll explain the kind of gimmicks of these difficulty levels in a tiny bit, but basically, all you need to know is most of these difficulties just up the amount of damage that's done both ways, so both NPCs and you will take more damage in higher difficulties, but Insano, They Hate Me, Nightmare Mode, and Really Fucking Hard change things up a bit, and I really like that difficulty name, Really Fucking Hard. That's actually a mod exclusive along with Nightmare Mode. But basically, Insano randomizes the weapons of all the NPCs, so it's kind of a gimmick mode, and I love it. They Hate Me and Above, well, you can pretty much guess what that does to the NPCs. And on Nightmare Mode and Really Fucking Hard, you also have Insano Mode rules, so you're being attacked by everyone with a random assortment of weapons. So, yeah, there's also going to be an aggressive or hard, I haven't decided yet, run that will have cheats on, where I just show off a few extra things, namely cheats. And this mod also combines Postal 2 with the Apocalypse Weekend expansion pack into one package, so you can play all 7 days, but I don't really care for the Apocalypse Weekend stuff. That's AW7 Start plays all 7 days, Monday to Friday, and Weekend Start. We're going to be playing Monday to Friday. I doubt I will do the Apocalypse Weekend levels regardless, because I really don't care for them. I like the base game though. Didn't exactly play for very long there, it cuts back to it in a sec, but this is Paradise, Arizona. The company that made this, Running with Scissors, are actually based in Arizona, Tucson. They don't exactly give Arizona a very good image with this game, but granted they don't give humanity much of a good image with this game. We're all kind of violent, sociopathic, and have very little survival sense. This intro cinematic is all in engine. It's slightly randomized, things can go horribly wrong. Hopefully they will. It happens once we round this corner. The same basic events always happen, but due to randomization... yeah. That's actually, pretty low-key for what can happen in this intro cutscene. I've seen things go a hell of a lot worse. But there will always be a policeman or woman beating the shit out of some innocent bystander. And then shooting them, I suppose. Our main character, his name just flashed there, the Postal Dude, that is his real name. That's a mod edition though. The spinning cat enemies only traditionally appear in Apocalypse Weekend, but... well, you just saw one. And the dog that played Champ the Dog is based on a real dog who sadly passed away sometime before the release of Postal 3, I believe.
Christ, it's as hot as the devil's rectum in here. When did we move to hell?
You were the one who insisted on relocating for that stupid video game job.
Yeah, well, crack doesn't by itself, you know. Why isn't the AC on? Broken.
We do not start with a gun.
When you're done screwing around, I made a list of errands for you on the fridge.
Jesus, woman. Where's the milk?
It's on the damn list.
Don't put you on a damn list. What the? Ah, stupid dog.
Don't let the dog out.
Crap.
And don't forget my rocky road.
Yeah, whatever. Let me guess. I can tell this is going to be an interesting day.
There's no driving, and you can clearly see where his head is meant to be a separate jib from the rest of his body.
I was pretty hungover yesterday, but I think I remember where I work. Score some cash. Excellent. Ah, there it is. Pick up some milk. Now where is that? Here it is.
Okay then, so let's get to talking about Postal 2. Well, it has a slight reputation. It came out in 2003, I believe. 2002 perhaps. So after the release of GTA 3, and it stirred up similar controversy because its content is a little bit more brash than GTA 3, but it never got the same kind of mainstream appeal, mostly because from a technical standpoint, and probably from a gameplay standpoint as well, even though I prefer it, Postal 2 is a hell of a lot worse. GTA 3 just has more to offer you. Also, as a free-roaming game goes, it's a lot more cut down. It's made on the Unreal Engine. There's loading screens between separate little areas. And, I mean, if you know this game's one of the most violent games ever, I mean, let's just open our map again and look at our objectives. That's pretty milquetoast. But, things go wrong along the way. And also, you can also see, certain parts of the town are greyed out. They get unlocked as the game goes on. There's also up here the school, which I believe is an addition from the mod, from A Week in Paradise, and the asylum area, which I think was added in Share the Pain, which is what all current versions of Postal 2 basically are, as a multiplayer mode that may have people playing it. I don't care for it, and every day we get a newspaper. We can read it for a joke. They're not very good though.
Man, what these game developers won't do for a buck. At least it's educational.
I don't really care for the humor in this game that much, but I really like the gameplay. The basic humor in this game is, you know, satire, parody by playing to the extreme, basically. Also, we can jump. There's a crouch jump in this game. You need it to find some hidden things. Like one of these, for instance, which is the most powerful healing item in the game. And the game basically hands two right off the bat to you if you know to jump up on this neighbour's rooftop. And we also get a free weapon, shovel, and another health pipe. Now, the shovels, the melee weapons in this game, pretty weak, not very fun, not much to write home about, but the mod had added the weapons from Apocalypse Weekend. This machete, for instance. Now, there's a main difference between the Apocalypse Weekend weapons and these weapons. By the way, this game's going to take much longer than needed because I'm going to talk about as much as I see. But, you know, they got a jab, they got a swing. I much prefer the swing, it has a much more satisfying clunk to it. The sound of mass cranial damage. Now, here's the difference with the Apocalypse Weekend weapons, aside from the fact that they do a fuck ton of damage. The mod actually accommodates this by letting NPCs block, and they can also be thrown.
It's like bowling, only cooler.
And this one returns to you, the machete. Now, let's do what I always do at the beginning of Postal 2. I break into my neighbour's house. It might have taken so long that he might actually have been in this room and caught me, and that would have gone wrong, because we're going to be playing Monday pretty straight. In fact, I'm not going to be killing anyone today. Because this game is only as violent as you are. I will be getting very violent though, so don't expect me to be peaceful in any capacity. In fact, I always have a bit of a morning routine on this game, you know, wake up, have breakfast, break into my neighbours. And this game also has a degree of stealth. They don't, NPCs don't pick up on sound, it's purely line of sight based, so he goes into that room, and I run in, and I pick up his M4. And I pick up his gasoline, because this guy is a conspiracy theorist. Let's break out now. Also, I do the kick a lot. We have a kick move, it's more of a function than anything else. Because, well, you might think, well, it's an attack, but it opens doors quicker, it breaks windows for you. It has uses beyond that, which we'll get to, especially in Insano mode, and I'm actually returning to my house for the moment because I'm going to show off another thing that Share the Pain added. We're going to return here on a later day. That's the Tora Bora Cave. It has a weapon that would be impressive on any other difficulty, but on Insano with Week in Paradise mod, it's really nothing special. But we're going to go through it anyway, because let's show off as much as we can. A Week in Paradise mod, aside from combining the two mods, it also adds... Sorry, I always see that NPC that has a tattoo and think his arm's jibbing. Something's wrong with me. I see broken limbs. I'm horrible like that. But basically, it adds about... adds the Apocalypse Weekend weapons at first, but later mod additions have actually added a lot more to this. So, about 40 plus weapons, various bug fixes, certain things. Now, we're here at our first loading screen. I'm going to start cutting these out as they go on. I'm going to do a mixture of live and post commentary for these things. There we go. Now, do we have any money to get our milk? We have $20. That's, that seems alright. Also, this game has a weird capacity to reset my mouse's aiming sensitivity. I need more money, though. Now, I made a review of the base game, which is why I'm doing a Week in Paradise, aside from the fact that I wanted to show this mod off. That's the limit of the joke. It smells bad in here. It's not very pleasant.
No, seriously, I want to know.
Oh, and this. Butt geyser. I just wanted to say butt geyser, really.
Too easy.
That's subjective 1 over, and as the game is only as violent as we are, we could pay for it. We could run out the front door, we could run through that door, fight everyone back there, and then dive out the window violently. That seems extreme, so let's do what this game does that no other game does, which is adds queuing. So aside from anything else, the reason I'm doing this mod is because in my review I pretty much covered my opinion on the base game. If you want to see that, please go watch it. Also, those hats are a mod edition. They also randomize the NPCs a bit more so there's less clones. You can also hear the kind of Mad Libs money dialogue they've got playing here. Now, the QAI is really glitchy. We won't see it here because it's a short queue. This is the easiest queue in the game. Let's give him the money. Oh. Never mind. The fucking QAI just wasted my time. You have no idea how much I just want to start killing stuff. But we'll resist. At least until Tuesday. That's when my technical pacifism ends.
Bring your money to me over here, please, now. Hello, please, thank you.
There we go. We have paid for the milk. In the most violent game of 2003, we have bought the milk. We can now leave without any trouble. We're also going to be exploring maps as we go along. There's something in this map that I'm not going to show off. I'm kind of hinting to it by looking in that direction at the moment. But as the days go on, sorry for my grammar there. Basically, weapons get added to certain maps. I actually said something that was very wrong in my review when I said that items respawn on maps. They don't. That would have been a very useful tip for someone trying to do a pacifist run on the hardest difficulty if it was true. But it's not. We could possibly get through this whole game without killing someone. We could, but we can't. We just can't. And there's actually a secret quest on this that's been added by A Week in Paradise. We're going to go over here to show it off. Because I've got something to talk about. Another mod edition. Monday is just basically getting this out the way. because I don't particularly care for this edition at all. Also, the stealth system allows us to do things such as pick up cats. Let's hold on to this cat. Let's keep this cat on our person for a good length of time. Arcade. This was purely for decoration in the base game, but they've made some of these things do stuff.
That's clearly wrong.
Yep, that is. So, this is one of the 3 playable games. Thanks, dude. We know. We really know at this point. That's also oh, he's never shot me for that before. Well, let's take the pacifistic approach and leave. Yeah, I've taken 2 damage, but my armor took a shitload. On this mode, you do take a hefty amount of damage. But, it's technically not me killing him. I really didn't want to have to show off how bad the AI can be yet, but it's most likely going to happen when he fires. There we go. He's attacking him with syringes. That's another mod edition where... mod edition. The syringes glitch them out. They get... Batish. And we got a free firearm. Let's put it away quickly, because if a cop sees you with a gun, well, it all goes wrong. This doesn't need to get any more violent than it already is. So let's go back to showing off the arcade. There's 3 we can play. I don't particularly care for any of them. Actually, this is the best one. Coin Gobbler. I'm going to show all these off tomorrow, when the guy who runs the arcade is not dead anymore. Let's see. Where's the last one we can play? Because it's got the most offensive name. Even worse than Teen Sniper. Bastard Fish, Coin Gobbler, Sim Homeless, Bastard Fish, Sim Homeless, The Avengers. Sorry, Drive-By Avengers. Fag Hunter. That's the other playable one. Now, we can't actually play Teen Sniper because we have to go on a quest. We have to go on a quest to get it, and this is kind of a bit awkward to find because I looked for documentation on this game's editions and they're kind of hard to come by because this mod's a bit old and the Resurrection Studios site is in a bit of a fucking shambles. Let me just look if I'm going in the right direction. Let me consult my map. Yep, this is the right direction. And we'll swing by and pick up a paycheck on the way around. We'll loop around nicely, get to the back, and then we'll kick back and have a nice long sleep inside our trailer until Tuesday. Oh, did I even talk about what the woman who was in our trailer was called? She's called Postal Dude's Bitch, or simply the Bitch. It's one of those kind of games. Let's move on. Chicken Queen Estates. This is where we go to pick up a motherboard to make that arcade machine playable. But things go wrong and it will actually spoil something that's going to happen when we pick up our paycheck. Now, I don't exactly remember here because it happens without much fanfare.
See you, dude. Thanks.
Or this is a Running with Scissors employee. I kind of mentioned it on the main menu screen, but they are some of the toughest NPCs in the game and they will help you if you're attacked. So they're kind of your ally NPCs as such, so handy to have about, really. Don't start a fight with them.
Hey, there you are.
Say, what's this?
I've got a bonus mission if you're up for it. I need you to take this motherboard to the arcade. It's that new Teen Sniper game those damn protesters are complaining about.
Okay, sure.
Why not?
Just talk to the guy behind the counter. He'll install it and then you can play the Teen Sniper bonus game. Just don't let those protesters anywhere near it.
Now, there's a slight discrepancy in fonts that give away that this is a mod edition.
Bad happens to it. Let's see. That looks like the place.
Now, the guy who we're hearing talk is a guy called Rick Hunter. I looked him up on IMDb. He doesn't really have any other roles aside from Postal 2. And maybe Postal 1. I actually quite like his voice. He was dropped in Postal 3. But then so was even the slightly fun gameplay. I'll justify when I get round to killing stuff why I like this game so much. But let's just leave. Let's just move on. They picked just the guy to deliver it. About, what, 200 meters.
Fuck.
Oh, cool, there's a police officer right there. Can you deal with it? Because I'm undergoing 1 day of pacifism. In the first game, you couldn't actually be a pacifist because all the levels were you win when you murder everything. And Apocalypse Weekend also takes away the ability to not murder stuff. Basically, this is the one example of the Postal series where you can just not be a cunt.
That's clearly wrong.
That's clearly wrong, Postal Dude, and we're gonna fix it.
Hi there.
Hey, can anyone help you?
Here you go, Uncle Dave. Happy fucking birthday.
That's a line that's going to be used on Friday, by the way, for a guy who is actually called Uncle Dave, but hey, we're recycling lines here.
And done.
So yeah, the mod added oh dear. The mod added scenes for Postal Dude talking are just reused clips. So let's move on. Now, what we saw there were protesters. They will be our main enemies in the game, but they won't actually attack us until we've done a certain mission that will gain their ire. It's mainly just a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Something behind that wall over there. So this mod actually has the running with scissors officers, and they're right over there, but first let's detour to pick up some stuff. Now any of these officers, walking into any of them sets the NPCs off, they get a wee bit mad, and it will probably end with about 100 dead, but we're not going to get 100 dead on Monday. Monday is going to show you what things are like if you just play by the rules and don't try and get everyone killed, and do a wee bit of parkour along the way. And also we just got... oh. Let me just find a peaceful spot to do this. He's going to walk in... no, he's not. I wanted to use his office to show off that I can be violent, or have guns and weapons and shock rockets, which is our non-lethal option for this game. Silenced gun. I'm not sure where this edition comes from. It's a Silenced Desert Eagle, though, which is curious enough in itself. It's also weird because, I'm not sure it really makes much difference. Oh, it does. How'd you know? I hadn't actually tested this beforehand. That's the one gun I hadn't kind of experimented with, and there we go. Mad Shurikens. The Mad Weapon mod adds this, because that was incorporated, along with weapons from another mod called the Eternal Damnation, which is a single-player, story-based total conversion for Postal 2. Very odd choice for a single-player kind of psychological horror game. It's been years since I played it, but I would recommend checking out if you own Postal 2, because it was in Mod of the Year awards.